Hello and welcome to Tarot by Izzy, all the way from Central Scotland. Thank you for taking the time to join me today. Today I'm going to do a reading on Jada Pinkett Smith. Now we all know there's been lots of reporting of incidents at award ceremonies, etc. And did Jada give side eye or the look? Anyway, we're just going to do a wee general reading today in relation to Jada. And I'll do a Celtic cross. I've already given the cards a good shuffle. I did do a reading, but my camera crashed for some reason. So on my Santa Claus list is going to be a new phone request. So the cards are jumping because they already have had a thorough shuffle. So we'll just cut the cards. Right, so, and I say it's just a wee general read in relation to Jada, how things are going for her. What we do know is, just from the limited research that I have done so far, is that Jada was born September 18th, 1971, Virgo, Earth sign. She's an American actor married to actor Will Smith, has a string of films to her belt. She's multi-talented, she's written a children's book, she's wrote songs, clearly a very talented lady. So, as I said, today we'll do a general read on this talented individual. So, let's see. Hello and welcome to Tarot by Izzy. Again, thank you to my returning viewers and subscribers. Without you, my channel can't grow. And if you're new to my channel, I hope you enjoy your experience today. And wherever you are, I do hope you are well. So, what else can we say apart from what's already been in the news? It's just a wee general read. So the underlying energies just now is the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands is carrying a burden. So that might be, I'll just pop that there just now. If you can see that, that's the energies surrounding Jada just now. So if you look at card number 1, so let's see what other energies that are currently surrounding her. And we have the Seven of Pentacles, and they are in the reverse. Now, the Seven of Pentacles in the upright, you have planted your seed and you're watching it grow. You're reaping what you sow here, but it's in the reverse. So it might be that projects that she's had on the go that she thought were going to be successful are not as fruitful as what she initially hoped they would be. I'm just trying to think what else you could say in relation to that. I think that more or less covers the situation regarding the current situation. And it's a losing faith card as well. So she's maybe concerned that people might lose faith in her. So what obstacles are crossing Jada Pinkett Smith just now? And it's the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is a celebration card. It's a partnership card. It can be a partying card, but it's in the reverse. And it could be in relation to the aftermath of that incident with Chris Rock. And it can be a card of miscommunications. It can be a card of needing to make amends and feeling left out. So she might be feeling left out of the certain situations just now. So if we move on to card number 3. Card number 3 represents any recent influences in the past that's created this situation. And here we have the Emperor. And I would suggest this is Chris Rock. This is the recent influences that's created this situation just now. And the Emperor is a major arcana, and it's someone who is a natural leader, strategic, analytical in thinking, takes action, and is successful. A successful, confident individual. So if we move on to card number 4, this represents a potential event. So this could be Chris Rock. What was the actual event? And here we have the Queen of Swords. And this, I would suggest, is Jada Pinkett Smith and how she was perceived, reported at that event. Because the Queen of Swords in the upright is someone who is a thought leader, unbiased decision maker, is wise and logical, has integrity and honesty, and is direct. It's a very direct card. Don't miss you and hit the wall when they're in the upright. However, in the inverted, it can come across as being indifferent, aloofness. It can come across as someone who is cold in their communication. It can be a bitterness card. It's not a very nice card when it's in the reverse. So this was the event, how she was viewed, and it was reported on at that time. If we move on to the next card, let's move on to card 5. And this represents any potential outcomes now, any potential outcomes. And here we have the 5 of Pentacles. Now the 5 of Pentacles in the upright is that you're out in the cold. And that's basically it. You are cut off, you are, as I say, you can't really clarify it any more than that you're out in the cold. And in the reverse, it can mean that there's a lessening of being ostracised. It can be that you are coming back in from the cold, but that would depend on the people around you. But it also can be a card where it's a card, it can be a card of victimhood. It can be seen as someone who has a resistance to change, can be quite stubborn. I'm just trying to think. Feeling helpless, fear and isolation. So what she has to do is activate those magical opportunities that are there. Right, let's move on to the next card here. So this is a potential outcome, and that's been perceived as victimhood. So the next card is the immediate influences in the future that affects when we're asking a general reading for Jada. And I have to say this reading is for entertainment purposes only, allegedly and speculations. Okay, and it's the Fool. And the Fool is someone who's setting off on a journey, new projects, new plans, a leap of faith, but the potential outcome, and I do think it's still from the overspill or the aftermath of that incident, because it was obviously raised again at Chris Rock's outraged video show on Netflix. So, and this can be naivety. This can be assuming that you're okay, that whatever happened in the past, it's not going to affect you. It's not reading the room card. So let's move on to the next card. And here we have, what hopes and fears does Jada Pinkett Smith have? And here we have the Queen of Wands. And she is hoping that she'll very much be seen as that Queen of Wands, the individual who is, how should we say, you know, has the gift of communication, who's creative, she's passionate, she's confident, she's joyful, um, that she's powerful. So she hopes to be still perceived in this very positive light. Someone who's creative. She has that wand to create. And she's very much within her own light, within her own power. So if we move on to the next card, what's the general feeling about Jada Pinkett Smith and her family, her friends, the media, and it is the Two of Wands in the reverse. So this is how she's perceived more widely. And the Two of Wands in the upright would represent someone who's planning ahead. So this is how she's being perceived by others around her. And she's being perceived by others as being insecure. Someone who's not taking advantage of their opportunities for alignment, getting herself into alignment, her heart, body, soul, spiritually. And maybe feeling that she's a bit out of alignment and looking a tad insecure and stuck in her past. Maybe repeats behaviours of the past or talks about the past. And it's like being a stuck record, needing to move from that. So let's move on to the next card. This represents ideals and hopes for Jada. Ideals and hopes. And it's the Four of Cups in the reverse. In the upright, it's someone that's like, nah, can't be bothered. I don't want that offer of help. And here we have it's moved into the reverse. So the Four of Cups in the reverse is needing to focus. It's a time to start practicing. She wants to be seen as someone who practices gratitude, someone who is not a complainer, someone who sees the fullness and richness of life. So she's hoping that this is how she's going to be perceived, along with the Queen of Cups. And the outcome for Jada Pinkett Smith, the outcome for Jada is allegedly entertainment purposes only, and we have the Three of Pentacles, and that has popped out in the reverse. And these are today's energies only. We are all masters of our own free will, and things can change. So in the upright is cooperation, communication, learning, sharing, listening and teamwork. And in the shadow, in the reverse, it can be that she's finding difficulty getting people to listen to what she has to say. That it might be seen that she's pushing her own agenda, or that's how others will perceive her as someone who drives her own agenda. It's not part of teamwork. It's not trusting her partner's abilities, and it also can be perceived as someone who has an ego as well. Please excuse me while I blow my nose. It is snow and sunshine here. It's spring, and I don't know if I have a cold starting or if I indeed have hay fever starting. So let's move on to what shall we do for Jada. Jada. So she's carrying a burden just now. The Three of Cups here, its partnerships are not working as well. I think this is Chris Rock who's appeared, and she was perceived at the time as being a bit of a cold fish, and she needs to work on coming out from the being cast out of the situation. She wants very much to go on a journey, but she has to be aware it's not a fool's journey that she's set out on. She wants to be perceived as the Queen of Wands, someone who is creative. However, the outcome could be that she needs to learn. Currently, it's not about just herself, it's about partnership working for those pentacles. So let's have another relook. That's a message from the chakra. She needs to invest in her own self-worth, believe in her own self-worth. And we'll pull a starseed card. Another message for Jada. You know, she has to believe in her own self-worth. And that's different from ego or being egotistical. So, and that's too many popping out there. Can we have one card, please, for Jada Pinkett Smith? Oh, see this one. And this is the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration. So again, it's awakening, it's self-worth here. So let's do a talking to heaven card for the Smith family and for everyone else. Let's see if we can take a message away from this, from the talking to heaven card. Oops. And we have, now I have no pain. I had to leave this way or that way, and the earth is our school. So wherever you are, I hope you've enjoyed this reading today. If you have, please like, subscribe and share. Please send healing love to the Smith family and to Jada Pinkett Smith. And if you've enjoyed today, please like, subscribe and share, and just take care. Bye.